Some of the finest Major League talent for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim got their professional start here at the Epicenter in Rancho Cucamonga. As we welcome you into championship baseball, we're coming to you from the Epicenter as the AAA champions of the last 4 seasons. The Barracudas, looking for a drive for 5, will be taking on the Blue Jays. It's the Pacific Coast Baseball League AAA championship. And we'll be back with the starting lineups and all the play-by-play in just a moment.
Batting third, Adam Fury. Batting cleanup for the Barracudas, Justin Keeney. Batting fifth, also the Barracudas manager, Justin Collins. Batting sixth, Ethan Sleeman. Batting seventh, David Decker. Batting eighth, Jimmy Casilla. Batting ninth, Yonkis Ferino. And batting 10th, Brian Decker. The Barracudas. Now presenting the Blue Jays with a regular season record of 18-2. Starting off with their manager, number 32, Brandon Loomis. Substitutes, number 7, Jay Wasserman. Number 6, Eric Allen. And tonight's starting pitcher for the Blue Jays, number 20, Eric Anderson. Now the starting lineup for the Blue Jays. Leading off, the shortstop, number 3, Chad Gordon. Batting second, number 12, the second baseman, Anthony Evangelista. Batting third and catching for the Blue Jays, number 2, Eric Rivera. Batting cleanup, playing right field, number 22, Eddie Baeza. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 17, Chad Redburn. Batting sixth, the first baseman, wearing number 8, David Lopes. Batting seventh, playing left field, number 24, Lenny Beckerman. Designated hitter, batting 8, number 18, Kevin Sir. Batting 9th, designated hitter, number 25, Chris Colvin. Batting 10th, playing third base, number 11, Edgar Benuelos. The Blue Jays.
You're getting a look at the 4-time defending champions, the Barracudas, the 6th seed in the playoffs going in, a record of 12-8, and they will be the visiting team here today as the Blue Jays get set to take the field, and they're going to be led by Eric Anderson, who had a phenomenal season this past year for the Blue Jays, the tall right-hander. 13 starts. He had 4 complete games, including 1 shutout. A very impressive, a perfect 9-0 record with a 2.60 ERA. And, of course, you talk about this Pacific Coast Baseball League, especially at the AAA level, a very high-scoring league. So when you mention a 2.60 earned run average, Eric Anderson really had a great year. So we're set for championship baseball. It will be Jared Schwartz, Alain Mora, and Adam Geary, the first 3 for J.C. Justin Collins' Barracudas. Schwartz, a right-handed hitter and a very dangerous player. And the first pitch of the contest is outside for ball 1, and we're underway from Rancho Cucamonga. Our game time temperature, 94 degrees. High today in Rancho is 96. Here's a swing and a foul back and out of play. We start right around the 6:43 mark on this Sunday afternoon. Jeff Lowry with you on APN Sports and our entire PCBL crew. The next pitch catches the outside corner, and the count is 1-2 strikes on the leadoff hitter, Jared Schwartz, who is a .554 hitter this past season. The right-hander looks in for the sign, and he brings it plateward, and it's 2 strikes. Well, Schwartz, no question about it, an ideal leadoff hitter. Tremendous runs, a lot of extra base hits, not a lot of big home run power. He had 2 homers and 18 RBIs. And now is a pitch away from drawing a leadoff walk. In 20 games this year, he scored 32. He drove in 18, producing 36 runs. So he's averaging about 1.7, 1.8 runs a game. The payoff pitch is swung on and bounced to the shortstop, fielded there, and the long throw to first will not be in time, and that's going to be an infield hit for the diving Jared Schwartz. So Chad Gordon with a valid attempt out there, certainly at shortstop on a ball that was hit towards the hole, and the speed of Schwartz, he made it a very close play at first. Schwartz certainly one of the greatest base stealers in PCBL history. So Mora will bat. In 19 games this year, he scored 30 times. He had 2 homers and 18 RBIs. And he was a .431 hitter. Anderson working out of the stretch and comes back with a breaking ball that caught the inside corner, a called strike on Mora, who gives our home plate umpire a backward glance. You get a close-up look there at Anderson, who throws over to first, and the runner is back. These two teams have met a total of 3 times here in 2010. The Blue Jays winning the first game back on the 22nd of May, 9-3 at the College of the Canyons. And then they split a doubleheader nearly 2 months later. The Blue Jays won the front end as you look at MVP Adam Gary waiting on deck. The pitch to Moore coming up here from Anderson. And that's fouled off. The Blue Jays won 8-7 in the first of those 2 games in that July 18th doubleheader over at K-Sun. And then the Barracudas came back and won 11-10. In that first game, Eric Anderson threw a complete Game 6 hitter, but he gave up 2 home runs in the game, 1 to Keeney and 1 to Gary, the man on deck. That was on May 22nd. So I would imagine after that performance, though that was several months ago, that Eric Anderson would be, quite honestly, confident that he can come in here and do a fine job against the Barracudas, who's looking for their 5th championship in a row. There's a swing and a miss, and Mora goes down swinging, and that's the first strikeout of the ball game for Eric Anderson. Well, here he is. The stud of the league, no question about it, Adam Gary. In 19 games, he pounded 14 home runs, which I believe is the all-time single-season record. 43 RBIs. And the first pitch is taken under the knees, ball 1. When you combine his on-base and slugging percentage, or OPS, Adams' totals tower over 1,900. He swings and grounds one, and that evens the count. A 1-1 strike on the Barracudas catcher. Cleanup hitter Justin Keeney is on deck. The dimensions, 330 down both the left and right field lines, 373 to the gaps, and 401 just left and just right of straightaway center field. The 2-strike pitch and a swing and a miss, makes it 1-2 strikes. Adam was a .584 hitter in 2010 and led the team in runs scored with 36. He's got a runner at second base and 1 out. We're in the top half of the first inning. And he grounds one into center field, and that's going to be a base hit. Here comes Jared Schwartz around third. He will score the game's first run, and the Barracudas lead it 1-0. So Adam Gary continues to do what he does best, and that is drive in runs with great regularity. Well, here's Justin Keeney. Outstanding cleanup hitter. He grounds one to the shortstop. Backhanded by Gordon. Second one. Throw it to first. That's an inning-ending double play. 6-4-3 variety. The inning is over, but the Barracudas draw first blood on an RBI single by Adam Gary. And after a half an inning of play, the Cudas won. The Blue Jays coming up. Seth Shornick, the 6-foot, 180-pounder out of Topeka, Kansas. All-time PCBL record of 66-17. He'll be going up against one of the premier leadoff hitters in the Pacific Coast Baseball League in Chad Gordon. He was the team most valuable player this year for Brandon Loomis, and he takes the first pitch, a called strike, and it's 0-1. Evangelista and Millara to follow. Popped him up down the left field line. It's a long run, but out of play. And the count is now no balls and 2 strikes as you get a look at the shortstop. Ethan Slimek, one of the top power hitters in the Pacific Coast Baseball League. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it's under the knees and taken low for a ball. Unfortunately, the Barracudas did not have the pitching statistics up there for Seth, but so I'm sure that he's over 70 wins, and he told us that as he gets the strikeout here, and there's one down. So Gordon goes down on strikes, the first out of the home half of the first inning, and now second baseman Anthony Evangelista. He was a .476 hitter with 7 home runs, 24 runs batted in this year. A great, great season for Anthony Evangelista. That was in 17 games, so very impressive power numbers, a .905 slugger. First pitch in there called strike. Good fastball. Seth's goal is to surpass the 100-win mark in his PCBL career. The right-hander rocks and deals, and another swing and a miss may have gotten a piece of that. And the count is no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the next pitch, and Tardy on a fastball. And the count will hold at no balls, 2 strikes. Eric Millara is on deck. And, of course, the right side of the field will have to battle a wicked sun here. Here's a high pop-up, and it's playable on the infield. And as you can see, in foul territory, and the third baseman, Alain Mora, makes the play, and there's 2 down. So Shornick looking good through the first 2 hitters of this mighty Blue Jay lineup. And the first pitch to third place hitter Eric Millara is in there for a called strike, 0-1. A .418 hitter with a couple of home runs, 23 RBIs. He scored 17. And he's quickly down, no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Bounces up there, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Eric Millara, the starting catcher for the Blue Jays. A solid player, outstanding hitter. Does a good job of handling the pitchers and blocking pitches from behind the plate. And the count is 2 balls, 2 strikes on him. Well, in years past, I think the Barracudas have always been the favorite. This may be the first year in their 5-year run here, going for that 5th consecutive championship, where the Barracudas may very well be the underdog. They finished 6 games behind the Blue Jays in 2010. And after getting out in front of Eric Millara, no balls and 2 strikes, he comes back and throws 4 wide ones, and it's a 2-out walk for the third place hitter, now bringing up cleanup hitter Eddie Baeza. Baeza played 9 games this year. That ball gets away. Quick throw down to second. And it's not going to be in time, and that's going to be a pass ball. So you got the tying run at second base. And another wild one. So 2 pitches that get away, and now the runner is sitting 90 feet away at third, and now Adams going to talk to his pitcher. Baeza, 32 plate appearances, had a great season. 14 home runs, 27 at-bats, and in 9 games he scored 11 times, had 4 home runs, 11 RBIs, and he slugged 1,111. OPS was over 1,600 this year, so couldn't ask for much more out of this cleanup hitter, who is a starting right fielder for the Blue Jays. We're in the home half of the first inning, a 1-0 Barracudas lead. They're in the red uniforms. And you're watching the AAA Pacific Coast Baseball League Championship on APN Sports. This is Seth Shornick. He delivers. There's a swing and a foul, and it's backing out of play. The 2 managers for the Blue Jays is Brandon Loomis, assisted by Jay Wasserman, and J.C. Justin Collins, one of the all-time greats in PCBL history. He's the manager for the Barracudas. Here's a swing and a bouncing ball wide at third. The third baseman could not make a play. That will score the tying run. Valori will score on what is going to be ruled as an infield hit, and we are tied at 1 apiece here in the home half of the first.
17, Chad Redfern.
They'll bring up center fielder Chad Redfern. A .327 hitter with 3 home runs and 16 runs batted in. First pitch. Letter high strike on the outside corner. And Seth is ahead. No balls and 1 strike. So the walk, the pass ball, the wild pitch, and it comes back to haunt. And then, well, nothing, not to put Mora down on that last play, but obviously could have went as an error. And so the Barracudas, in essence, maybe just giving away a run here in the home half of the first inning. Remember, the Blue Jays, the best record team going into the playoffs, and it's 1-2. They had a record of 18-2 coming in, and they lead the season series 2-1, but those regular season games mean absolutely nothing. As the pitch stays outside for a ball on this tough right-handed hitter, looking to extend the home half of the first inning for the Blue Jays, but he goes down swinging, and the inning is over. A couple of strikeouts, a run on 1 hit, and after 1 inning of play, the Barracudas won, and the Blue Jays likewise.
The Blue Jays won.
David Lopez, the Blue Jays' first baseman, back in the field, and in a 1-1 tie in this AAA Pacific Coast Baseball League Championship game. Kuda scoring a leadoff single by Jared Schwartz. He stole second and came in on an RBI single by League Most Valuable Player Adam Geary. And now J.C. Justin Collins, one of the all-time greats, owns many of the PCBL hitting records, and he bounces one, a big hop for the second baseman, and Anthony throws him out at first base. 2 pitches, 1 out for Eric Anderson, the starting pitcher for the Blue Jays.
Ethan Slayback.
So here's Ethan Slemek, and he's first pitch swinging. He pops it up into shallow right center field, and the center fielder is going to haul it in. So there is 2 down here in the top half of the second inning. A good start here to the second for Eric Anderson and his Blue Jays. And now the batter is going to be right-handed hitting Brian Decker. First pitch, a called strike. David Decker and Ryan Decker are I'm assuming the 2 brothers here. David, in 14 games this year, hit only .500 with 3 home runs and 15 runs batted in. He had a sensational year, slugged .780. He had an on-base percentage of about .520. He is a young man that will put the bat on the ball. He walked just 3 times in 54 plate appearances. and struck out only 5 times. Here's the pitch. Good one, and it's in there for a called strike. Eric Anderson, a good fastball. He was the league's Cy Young Award winner. And a ground ball on a couple of hops to the charging second baseman, throwing off balance to first, and the inning is over. Fine play by Anthony Evangelista. After an inning and a half of baseball, the Cudas won and the Blue Jays won. You're watching the AAA championship game on APN Sports. Heading now to the home half of the second inning, it'll be first baseman David Lopez, left fielder Lenny Beckerman, and designated hitter Kevin Sir. Home half of the second, a 1-1 tie in this AAA championship game. Lopez, a .356 hitter, drove in 5 runs, scored 15 in 19 ball games. David with a slightly open stance, batting for the Blue Jays here in the bottom of the second inning, and the pitch caught the outside corner, 2 strikes. And Seth Shornick, the starting pitcher, in his second inning of work. That one just missing off the outside corner. So David Lopez lives to see another pitch, and that one just under the knees, and the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes on David Lopez. Payoff pitch is way outside ball 4. The second walk issued by Seth Shornick. So you got a runner at first, and now the batter is left fielder Lenny Beckerman. Beckerman, a very solid defensive left fielder, hit .373 this year with 2 home runs. Drove in 16 runs in a total of 12 games. Shornick talking things over with his shortstop. The right-handed hitter awaits the next pitch from Seth Shornick, and it's inside for a ball. A short lead at first. He fakes to go, and the pitch is high and away. Blue Jays, Cudas, 1-1 tie. We're in the second. And that's low and away, ball 4. So back-to-back leadoff walks to start the second inning here. And we'll see if Kevin Sir is up there in a bunt situation. The wind blowing out to right field here in Rancho Cucamonga. Pretty much straight away right field. He does not square to bunt, and he takes the first pitch, and it's in there, a fastball, a called strike. Barracudas could use a ground ball double play here. The Blue Jays would like to own their first lead of the contest. Runners are at first and second with nobody out. And that pitch just missing the outside corner. Shornick has walked 3 in an inning plus, and Kevin had a big-time green light and took a healthy cut at it and came up empty-handed. Chris Coleman is on deck for the Blue Jays. Here's the pitch. Low and away. 3 balls on Kevin Sir. Batting with first and second, nobody out. Ground ball to third. They'll step on the bag. Throw it to second. Can they turn the triple play? And they do not. Well, it was a close play at first. He obviously beat it out. But a fine job by Mora starting what almost was a triple play.
Chris Coleman.
And an outstanding turn down there at second base by the Cudas. Well, here's Chris Coleman, who homered in that May 22nd game against the Cudas in that 9-3 victory for the Blue Jays. So a 5-4 fielder's choice erases the two lead runners, and Sir is the runner at first base, now with 2 outs in the second inning. Big time cut. This big power hitter, and he came up empty-handed. 5 home runs in 18 ball games for Chris Coleman. He drove in 17. He scored 17. But tends to strike out maybe a little more than he would like, 24 times in 61 at-bats. Grounded to short. And will this retire the side? They will have to throw it on to first base, and the inning is over. Good play there by the Cudas shortstop, Ethan Slimek. And at the end of 2 innings of play, it's still the Cudas 1 and the Blue Jays likewise. You're watching the 2010 Pacific Coast Baseball League Championships on APN Sports and APNvideo.com as night starts to descend upon Southern California and Rancho Cucamonga. And now one of the big-time performers for the Barracudas over the past couple of seasons, formerly known as Javik Mahone, but now known as Javik Casilla. He takes a first pitch, and it's a strike. And Eric Anderson getting ahead of him quickly. No balls, 2 strikes. 8, 9, and 10 here for the Cudas. We're in the top of the third in a 1-1 tie. And strike 3 called. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. An outstanding pitch selection and series for Eric Anderson. So that is strikeout number 2 for the starting pitcher for the Blue Jays. And here in the top half of the third inning, the batter is going to be Yonkis Torino. Strike evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a high fly ball out in the center field, fairly deep. The center fielder drifts back, and Chad Radfern hauls it in for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up 10th place hitter Brian Decker. Decker takes a strike, and it's quickly 0-1. Ryan just batted just 21 times. He had 26 plate appearances this year, a couple of home runs and 5 RBIs, encompassing 7 ball games. Really didn't have much of a chance to get it going. Hit just .238, but he slugged .524. And he's up there with 2 out, nobody on. We're in the top half of the third inning. The Cudas scored 1 in the first. The Blue Jays countered with 1 of their own on a Eddie Baeza single, scoring Millara from third. Anderson in inning number 3. The 2-strike pitch is swung on and missed, and the inning is over. Good job by Eric Anderson. He has had 2 perfect innings in a row. He has set down 7 in a row, and at the end of 2.5, we're still tied at 1.
Moving to the bottom of the third inning and leading off for the Blue Jays, their third baseman, number 11, Henry Vanuelos.
Third inning of work for Seth Shornick. And the Blue Jays, did that ball hit the leadoff hitter? It did. He'll head down the first. So Eder, who was a .413 hitter this year, starts off with the 4th free pass issued here by Seth Shornick, and we're in just the top half of the third inning. Now the leadoff hitter Gordon steps up there, and he'll take the first pitch, ball 1. A strikeout victim back in the first. Shornick has 1 strikeout. He's walked 3. He's hit a batter. 1-1 tie, bottom of the third, and here's a bunt up along the first baseline. The Cudas are claiming that ball bounced up and hit the batter. Nonetheless, a ball and a strike. Here's another bunt attempt, and it's 1-2. Evangelista is on deck for the Blue Jays. Pitch out, and nothing going on. Header had no stolen bases in 2010 at first base. And a swing and a miss. Not a very good at bat by Chad Gordon, and he would be the first to tell you. So that is the second time that he has struck out in the game. And now the batter is second baseman and second place hitter Anthony Evangelista. He had a phenomenal season this year, hit .476, and he drives one into the gap, right center field. It's going to get down, it's going to go to the wall. Coming around third and scoring the go-ahead run for the Blue Jays. Here's the throw to third, it's not in time. RBI triple by Anthony Evangelista. Blue Jays lead it 2-1. So Banuelos scores ahead of Evangelista's RBI triple. Blue Jays have their first lead of the contest. And now third place hitter is Eric Millara, who scored the Blue Jays' first run. And that ball skips away from Gary. And coming to the plate with the second run of the inning is Anthony Evangelista, and it's 3-1 Blue Jays. So the Blue Jays cashing in on another wild pitch. And a ground ball to shortstop. This should be out number 2. And Ethan throws perfectly to first, 2 down. That'll bring up Baeza, the cleanup hitter and right fielder, who had an RBI single back in the first inning. It was of the infield variety. That is outside for a ball. So here in the home half of the third, the Blue Jays have pushed across 2 runs and lead it 3-1. It was Tardy on a pitch that was on the inner half of the plate. 2 strikes on this cleanup hitter. Shornick misses way outside and has had, I guess, especially for the success that Seth has had over the years, he has had some command issues, obviously, in this championship game, and he has just walked the 4th batter that in this contest, coupled with the hit batsman, and now we'll go to work on center fielder Chad Redfern. In on the hands, and Redfern was able to foul it off, and it's 0 balls, 1 strike. Coming to you from the single-A home of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. The epicenter in Rancho Cucamonga, the AAA championship game. Blue Jays lead it 3-1. Redfern, a strikeout victim back in the first. Shorrock, the starting pitcher in there in his 3rd inning of work, has struck out 3. He has walked 4 and hit a batter. Tried to check his swing. They will appeal. And the first base umpire says he did not go around. That was close. Shorrock started to go into the wind and almost looked like a balk. I don't know if his foot was on the rubber or not. Nonetheless, he is dealing, and a swing and a foul, and Redfern will survive to see another pitch. 2-strike pitch is swung on and missed. The inning is over. 4th strikeout of the day for Seth Shorrock. And at the end of 3, it's the Blue Jays 3 and the Cudas 1. All right, the Cudas now trailing for the first time through the first 3 innings of play. And here's Jared Schwartz driving one deep left center field. It's got a chance. It's off the wall. Here comes Schwartz to second. He's got a leadoff double. So a good start when you're down a couple of runs, and the Cudas are off and running as Jared Schwartz hits a ball that nearly left the ballpark. And the batter is Alain Mora. Mora takes the first pitch, ball 1. For Schwartz, his 10th double of the year. He is second on the team, second to Adam Gary's 12. So Mora represents a tying run here in the top of the 4th inning. Here's Eric Anderson's pitch, and it's swung on and popped up, foul territory, first base side, and then the first baseman went slamming into what looked like maybe one of those uprights over there holding up the fencing. And he is going to be shaken up. I think he might have hit his mouth on one of those poles down there that hold up the fencing that protects the fans down the right field line, and he's going to have to come out of the ball game. So a tough break here for David Lopez as we got a break in the action. Cudas with a runner at second base, trailing 3-1. With Alain Mora at the plate and Adam Gary on deck. Big swing and a miss. 2 strikes on Mora. A strikeout victim back in the first. Eric Anderson had set down 7 in a row before the Schwartz double. As Jared takes his lead at second, nobody out. We're in the top of the 4th inning. The pitch to Mora. A chopper to the left side. The shortstop Fields couldn't handle it. Picked up by the third baseman, but there will be no throw. And all hands are safe, and that's going to be an infield hit. The runners are on the corners with nobody out, and now the meat and potatoes of this Barracudas lineup, including league most valuable player Adam Gary. He had an RBI single back in the first, and he takes inside ball 1. .584 hitter coming in with 14 home runs, 43 RBIs, and an outstanding defensive catcher. That one is in the dirt. A nice stop, but it trickles away. And, well, fortunately for the Blue Jays, the runner at third does not advance and score. 2 balls, no strikes on Adam Gary. Anderson in a lot of hot water here with the middle part of the lineup. And second and third and no out. And Adam went around that time, and it's 2-1. Justin Keeney on deck for the Barracudas. Here's the pitch. Just missing. 3-1. Adam is 1 for 1. A single RBI variety bag in the first inning. We're in the top of the 4th. The Jays, led by their right-handed starter, Eric Anderson, lead the Cudas 3-1. And that is a called strike, borderline pitch, and the count is full. Cudas trying to win their 5th consecutive PCBL AAA championship. Now Anderson, who I think technically balked there, but no call. And now the 3-2 pitch. And it's hammered into right field, base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes a throw to the plate. They'll hold the runner at third, who has to dive back. And they are on the corners again. And the second RBI single tonight by Adam Gary, and it's 3-2. So here's Keeney. Hit into that 6-4-3 double play in the first, and he takes a first pitch fastball outside corner, strike 1. The tying run is at third, and this one is popped up first base side, and it is going to be out of play. 0-2 on the cleanup hitter, Justin Keeney. Anderson looks in, he kicks and he deals. And Justin able to foul that one off, and the count remains 0-2. Ready with the next pitch. And a slider, and A good job by Justin just laying off that tough breaking ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the tremendous presence at the plate, Justin Keeney, a .375 hitter, 4 homers, 9 RBIs in just 9 games. 2-strike pitch is outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Doesn't get any easier with Justin Collins on deck. Here's the 2-2. And it is in the dirt. Scooped out nicely by the catcher. The runners are at first and third, and a payoff pitch coming up to Justin Keeney, and the changeup got him swinging. Boy, a beautiful pitch that time by Eric Anderson. And now the big presence of Justin Collins. 4 strikeouts now for Anderson. That is the first out of the inning and the first pitch to Collins. Fastball knee high, and it got the inside corner, strike 1. So the Cudas have a run in. They trail 3-2 with runners at first and third. Of course, the runner at third is a tying run. Anderson, the slow come down, and now the third to first trick that hardly ever works. And both runners are back. Collins digs back in. One of the all-time greats in PCBL history. The 0-1 pitch to the left-handed hitter. Fastball belt high outside corner, and it's 0-2. He would love to get Justin on a ground ball double play here. Collins had 7 home runs this year, and he launches one into deep center field, way back. That ball is going to short hop the wall. 1 run will score. The game is tied. Here comes the second run home, and the Cudas lead it 4-3 on a 2-run double by Justin Collins. That ball nearly left the ballpark. A long, deep drive, and now the courtesy runner is Justin Keeney. The last man batted out, and Justin, who might have thought that ball was gone for a moment. And here's Ethan coming to the plate. He flied out to center field back in the second inning. So it's been a 3-run inning, and the Cudas lead it 4-3. Anderson pitching to Slimek. That one is outside for a ball, so Anderson had set down 7 in a row after giving up a run in the first. He was given up a double, a single to Gary, which produced a run. His 4th strikeout of the day against Keeney. And then the 2-run double to center field by Justin Collins. 3 runs are in. Runner at second, 1 out. And this one's out of play. And the Cudas lead it 4-3. What has been a 3-run top half of the 4th inning. Breaking ball looped in the right field. That ball's going to drop in for a base hit. Here comes Keeney, and he is going to hold up at third base, first and third. Well, a good piece of hitting that time by Ethan. Inside out swing and dumped it out into right field, and now David Decker batting for the second time in the contest. So runners are at first and third, 3 runs in. Cudas lead 4-3, top of the 4th. Ground ball down to third. They'll go second 1. The throw to first, and the ball gets away from the first baseman. We may have a play at second. They throw that way, and they throw wild. The run will score, and now you got the runners at first and third again. It'll be a throwing error on the second baseman, no RBI, and it's now 5-3 as Javik Casilla comes to the plate. So the Cudas taking advantage of any and all mistakes. Quick throw over to first, the runner just back. Javik with a shot out into center field, dropping in for a base hit. Boy, he hammered that ball to right center field, and they're on the corners again. So Javik Mahone Now Javier Casilla, he's at first base, and here's Yonkis Torino. 329 hitter, and he takes that pitch under the knees, ball one. Six hits in the inning, 4 runs, and a high, lazy can of corn to center field. Coming in is Redfern, and the side is retired, but a very productive inning for the Cudas. They score 4 runs, 6 hits, they leave 2. And after 3.5 innings of baseball, it's a AAA PCBL championship game. The Cudas lead by 2. Well, Seth Shornick will now take the mound for the second time in this contest with a lead. David Lopez has returned to the lineup after having to leave the game. And he takes the first pitch, ball one. It'll be Lopez, Beckerman, and Sir, the first 3 for the Blue Jays. This is the second time that Adam Gary has had to go out and talk to his starting pitcher. Good fastball, 2 balls and a strike. Lopez walked back in the second inning, his only time up. 2-1. Way outside, 3 balls and 1 strike. And now the count is full on the 6th place hitter in the lineup for the Blue Jays. Here's a look at the bench of the Blue Jays. Hoping that the 19th victory of the season will grant them the championship. Ball 4 as Lopez heads down the first with his second walk of the contest. And here is the left fielder, Lenny Beckerman. Shornick has walked 5 in 3+ innings. Swung on and fouled back. Looked pretty good on the swing that time by Lenny Beckerman. Might have been trying to go to right center field with it, and he comes up empty-handed on the next pitch, and it's 1-2. A close-up look there at Seth Shornick. Here's a ground ball towards the hole, knocked down by the shortstop. He throws to second in time. That's a big league play, no question about it. A tremendous job by Ethan, as he had the range far to his right and came up with a perfect throw to second. That is the first out of the inning. Beckerman is aboard, and here's Kevin Sir. First pitch, outside, ball 1. Hit into a fielder's choice his first time up, and the fastball catches the outside corner from Seth Shornick, evening the count on the right-handed hitting Kevin Sir at 1 ball, 1 strike. At .356 this past season, and finds himself in a 1 ball, 2 strike count. At .356 with a couple of home runs, he had 11 RBIs. So levels the bat a couple of times and stays alive as he fouls that pitch off. Another 1-2 count coming up with Chris Coleman on deck. And a swing and a miss. And strikeout number 5 for Seth Shornick. There's 2 down in the inning. Shornick's first pitch to Chris Coleman is in there for a called strike. He was a ground out victim, 6-3 back in the first inning. Breaking ball, and it's 0-2. So the Blue Jays hoping maybe to push across a run after leading 3-1 going into the top of the 4th inning. And the next pitch is swung on and missed. And what an inning for Seth Shornick. He walked the first batter, but then sets him down 1-2-3. He has 6 strikeouts in the game, and at the end of 4, the Cudas 5 and the Blue Jays 3. Jeff Lowry back with you from the Epicenter in Rancho Cucamonga. First batter is going to be Brian Decker, who lines one out into deep left center field, and Beckerman with a nice running catch into the gap, and that's out number one. Fine defensive play by Lenny Beckerman. And now the young man who has scored twice and got that 4-run fourth going where the Cudas regained the lead at 5-3, and I'm talking about Jared Schwartz. Fifth inning of work for Eric Anderson, the starting pitcher for the Blue Jays. So the Barracudas with a 5-3 lead. We are in the top half of the fifth inning in quest for their fifth consecutive PCBL championship. Schwartz is 2 for 2, a double, a single, and 2 runs scored. 34 runs now on the season, and now 36 stolen bases for the Barracudas' leadoff hitter. And the next pitch, that caught the outside corner. Outstanding pitch there. And here's a shot, and in the right field, a base hit. And Jared Schwartz is 3 for 3. So he continues to be impressive. He went with the pitch, and he is aboard with 1 out here in the fifth inning, and the batter is Mora. Mora, a strikeout victim in the first inning, a single and a run scored in the fourth. Mora scored 30 runs, had 36 runs produced in 19 games. Home runs, or I should say runs batted in, plus runs minus home runs. And really just the ideal number 2 hitter, an on-base percentage of better than .500. Throw over to first. Schwartz with 36 stolen bases this season. We had mentioned earlier Eric Anderson had a complete Game 6 hitter on that May 22nd victory, but has not pitched as effective in this game. And of course, you can throw the first 3 games out the window. This is the one that really counts. And the Cudas lead at 5-3, and they almost got him. He was leaning just a bit over there at first base, and Eric Anderson showing a very good move over there as Mora now steps out of the batter's box and calls time. Adam Gary is on deck. 5-3 Cudas bat here in the top half of the fifth inning. Right-hander sights a sign. He comes set and pitching to the plate, and it's in on the hand, swung over and missed by Mora. Runner at first, 1 out. And that one is high, ball 4. Ball got away, and here comes Schwartz to third, and the throw is not in time. Boy, that's some heads-up base running there by Jared. They are on the corners with 1 out, and Adam Gary, the MVP catcher for the Barracudas. He has 2 RBI singles and 2 plate appearances here tonight. And the first pitch. And that ball hit him, and the bases are loaded for cleanup hitter Justin Keeney. So Adam heads down to first. He has been on base all 3 times. And now Justin Keeney. First pitch swinging, and it's a strike. 0-1. Next pitch grounded up the middle, and off the glove of the shortstop, it's going to go out into center field, and 2 runs are going to score. It's 7-3. It will be an error on the shortstop. Give Keeney an RBI. He's at first. And the Barracudas have scored 6 times in the last 2 innings. Still only 1 out, and here's Justin Collins, who hit one 400 feet his last time up. He bounces one to the right side. The pitcher, the first baseman to the pitcher covering, and they get the out. So Justin is retired 3-1, and that'll bring up shortstop Ethan Slimek.
Number 10.
So now the runners are at second and third. And here's Ethan. Swing and a long belt to deep left field. That ball is foul. Just foul down the left field line. It had home run distance. And it's 0-1 on the Cudas shortstop. He takes that one under the knees, and it's even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Dangerous David Decker is on deck. Top of the 5th, 2 runs in with runners at second and third and 2 out. As Eric Anderson pitches to Slimek, and he swings and fouls it back and out of play. A ball and 2 strikes to the 6th place hitter in the Cudas lineup. Here's a 1-2 offering, and this ball is launched into deep right center field. The right fielder coming on. He dives and cannot make the play. 2 more runs are going to score. The Cudas lead at 9-3 on a 2-run double by Ethan Slimek. They have scored 8 of their 9 runs in the last 2 innings. And now David Decker looking for his first hit of the day, and it's ball 1. Decker, when he was with the Devil Rays, along with Bryan, had 2 of the most prolific batting average seasons in PCBL history a couple of years ago. A runner at second, 2 out. And the count is now 2 balls and no strikes. And you start to wonder just how long Brandon Loomis is going to stay with Eric Anderson. So here in the top of the 5th inning, the Cudas have put up back-to-back 4-run innings and lead it 9-3. Swing and a miss. Might have got a piece of that one. It is 2 balls and 1 strike on the 7th hitter for the Cudas. And now a quick throw back to second, a close play, but Ethan is back safely. 2 balls, 1 strike. Under the knees, 3-1. Casilla is on deck for the Cudas. And here's the pitch. High and tight, ball 4. That is the 3rd free pass issued by Anderson in the inning. He has hit a batter, he's walked 2. First 2 walks issued by Anderson in the game, and here's Javik bouncing one on the big hop to the shortstop. He charges, throws off balance to first, and the side is retired. But in the inning, 4 runs on just 2 hits. And at the end of 4.5, we're halfway through this championship game, 9-3 in favor of the Barracudas. Well, that was a huge inning for the Barracudas, and they've got all the momentum in the world on their side. We go to the home half of the 5th inning. It's the AAA championship game on APN Sports. And for the second time in this game, Eder Banuelos will start the inning off, a .413 hitter. Not bad to have a guy that can get on base nearly 46%, 47% of the time, batting in the 10th position of your lineup. Seth Shornick delivers. Here's a bouncing ball, and into left center field, a base hit. So the leadoff hitter is aboard with a single, and we go back to the top of the lineup, the 0 for 2, Chad Gordon. Activity now in the bullpen, and that's Eddie Baeza, the starting right fielder for the Blue Jays. Gordon struck out in the first. He struck out in the third. Shornick has 6 strikeouts. He's walked 5. Gordon, a .493 hitter. He had 16 stolen bases this year. That one got away from Seth. He has been great tonight, and then he has had, obviously, command issues. And now we got activity down in the Barracudas bullpen. And that's Michael Keston, the left-hander. And this one way outside, and now you might be seeing the first signs of Seth Shornick tiring here, and that's the second one that he has left way wide of the plate. And that obviously is a wild pitch. So Benuelos at second base with nobody out. 3 balls now the count on Chad Gordon, starting shortstop and leadoff hitter, and that's outside ball 4. So a single and a walk as the first 2 have reached. And let's see, is that going to be it for Seth Shornick? JC, nope, he's going to stay with him. So the veteran right-hander who went into the 2010 season with 66 wins against just 17 losses and a very solid career ERA of 4.25. Comes back with a first pitch fastball on Evangelista, and it's 0-1. We're in the home half of the 5th inning. The Cudas lead it 9-3. Back-to-back 4-run innings. Blue Jays bat here in the home half of the 5th inning, looking to inch their way a little closer and cut into that 6-run lead. These two teams met a total of 3 times during the course of the regular season. The Blue Jays won their first outing 9-3, and then won the first of a doubleheader on July 18th with an 8-7 victory, only to lose the nightcap 11-10. This one's popped up. That's out of play. But this is the one that counts. The Barracudas coming in the number 6 seed at 12-8. The pitch. Hammered to left field, base hit. Here comes the runner around third, and he will score, and it's now 9-4. RBI single for Anthony Evangelista. Eric Millara bats for the 3rd time. He walked and scored back in the 1st inning. That one is away for ball 1. 6 strikeouts, 5 walks for Seth Shornick. In inning number 5, the bottom half of the 5th inning. Blue Jays losing only twice during the course of the regular season, once to the Barracudas. And really, I mean, you look at this inning and still nobody out, and they certainly, the Blue Jays that is, having a never say die attitude. I mean, a lot of teams giving up 8 runs over the last 2 innings might start to give up just a bit, but the Blue Jays are battling here. They got 2 on, a run in, nobody out, trailing 9-4. And here's a roller to the right side. It gets under the glove of the second baseman. It goes out into right field, and they have their 2nd run of the inning, and it's 9-5. RBI single for Eric Millara. He will be lifted for a courtesy runner. Looks like Kevin Surr is going to come out, and so too is starting pitcher for the Cudas, Seth Shornick. He'll be replaced by the left-hander, Mike Keston. We'll be back in just a moment. So we got 2 runners on as Mike Keston, the southpawer, bringing his first pitch plateward, and it's taken high and away, ball 1. So 3 hits in the inning, and a couple have scored. RBI hits by Evangelista and Millara. And here is Baeza. And he rolls one to the second baseman. Could be 2. Second one. Throw it to first, and the Barracudas turn the double play. 4-6-3. It will produce a run, the 3rd run of the inning, and it's now a 9-6 lead for the Cudas. So a couple of pitches, 2 outs, and now the batter is center fielder Chad Redfern, who has yet to put the bat on the ball through his first 2 plate appearances in this contest. Tried to hold up on that one. He goes around. Mike Keston, he looks like a tough left-hander. Likes to induce a lot of ground ball outs. Here's a high fly ball out of play to the right side. Our current temperature now 90 degrees, still pretty warm here. And he gets the strikeout to end the inning, and the side is retired. 3 runs for the Blue Jays at the end of 5. It is 9-6. Stay with us. We got a ball game.
The Blue Jays, 6.
Got a new pitcher on the mound, and the first pitch to Torino is grounded to the second baseman. Charging, throwing, got him. Fine defensive play out at second base by Anthony Evangelista for out number 1. So Torino is retired 4-3, and here's Brian Decker. First pitch outside, ball 1. So we go to the top of the 6th inning. Recapping the scoring, the Cudas a run in the first, so too did the Blue Jays. Blue Jays took a 2-run lead after scoring twice in the third at 3-1, and then a pair of 4-run innings in the 4th and 5th by the Barracudas extended their lead to 9-3, only to see the Blue Jays come up with a 3-run home half of the 5th inning. So we go to the top of the 6th inning, 1 out. Getting a look at Brian Decker and the pitch. And strike 3 called on the outside corner. 2 down in the inning, and the first strikeout for our new pitcher, Eddie Baeza. Close the book out on Eric Anderson. He goes 5 innings and gives up 9 runs. Here's a swing and a line smash to the second baseman, and the inning is over. After 5.5 innings of play, it is 9-6. Second inning of work for relief pitcher Mike Keston. Seth Shornick gave up 6 runs and just under 5 innings of work and will not qualify for the victory in this championship game. And the first pitch is outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. So now the Blue Jays with a chance to get a little closer. Lopez will lead things off as he has done in his first 2 at-bats. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Beckerman and Sir to follow. Blue Jays 18-2 and the number 1 seed in the AAA PCBL Championship Tournament. This is for their summer league, and Keston delivers. That one is high and tight. 3 balls, 1 strike is the count on leadoff hitter David Lopez. That's a swing and a foul. And the count is full. Here's the next pitch, and that is under the knees for ball 4, and another walk by Barracuda's pitching. Shornick walked 6. That is now the 7th walk, and here's Beckerman. Sounded like it almost hit. It sounded like it did hit him. And he takes inside for ball 1. He is walked and hit into a fielder's choice. Strike called. Boy, that's an unhittable pitch right there. Runner takes his lead at first. That's outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Beckerman made a nice running catch back in the 5th inning in left field. He grounds one to the right side. And again, a double play possibility, and it is turned successfully by the Barracudas. Another 4-6-3 double play, and there's 2 down. So at 2 down, here's Kevin Sir, a fielder's choice and a strikeout victim in 2 at-bats. He hits a high chopper to the shortstop. Tough play. Staying back on it. Long throw to first in time. Side retired. Good job by Larry over there at first base corralling it. And a fine defensive play by Ethan at short. After 6 innings of play, it is still 9-6 Cudas. You're watching the AAA championship game from the Single-A home of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. The epicenter in Rancho Cucamonga. You're watching Pacific Coast Baseball on APN Sports. Second inning of work for Eddie Baeza. Did a great job of disposing the Cudas 1, 2, 3 in the sixth, and now we'll face Mora, who grounds one past the diving third baseman and into left field for a leadoff single. So Mora is on. After striking out in the first, he has reached base in his last 3 plate appearances. And now the MVP, Adam Geary. RBI singles in the first and fourth. He came around the score in the fourth and in the fifth inning, and he lines one over the outstretched glove of the shortstop into left center field, a base hit, and some outstanding base running as Mora moves to third. They're on the corners with nobody out, and the Cudas are looking to add some insurance runs here, leading 9-3. So now the batter is Justin Kinney. Keeney first pitch, swing and a foul. Keeney has hit into a double play. He has struck out. He has reached on an error. He's driven in a run. He has scored a run. That one high and tight, and the count is even on the Barracuda's cleanup hitter at 1 ball and 1 strike. He hammers one down the left field line. Fair ball. It's going to go to the wall. 1 run will score. Here comes Adam Geary to third. And Justin Keeney with an RBI double, his second consecutive RBI producing at bat. And that gives the Cudas a 10-6 lead here in the top of the 7th inning. Well, he hung one, and Keeney knew exactly what to do with it. Here's Justin Collins. Collins had that big 400-foot double to center field back in the 5th inning. And the difference in this game, the Cudas 4-run 4th and their 4-run 5th. Fastball catches the inside corner, a called strike. Ready with the next offering. And the breaking ball is outside. Second inning of work for right-hander Eddie Baeza. There's a good close-up look of him. And here's the pitch. And it's 2 balls, 1 strike. Collins a big boy, and one reason why he's hit so many home runs. He owns many of the PCBL offensive records. I think runs and hits in a season. Was the all-time single-season home run champion, but I think Adam Geary may have passed him. Some of those lifetime stats haven't been updated. Geary with 14 home runs. This one is popped up and playable for the third baseman in foul territory, and he's got it. There's 2 down in the inning. Well, here's Ethan. He's been very busy, not only at shortstop. He's played a great shortstop here tonight. As you get a look at the third baseman who just made the play. But at the plate, he is singled. He drove in 2 with a double in the 5th. He rolls one to shortstop. They're going to come home with it, and the tag is going to be made, and Adam Geary is arguing with the umpire. They throw him out at the plate. He didn't like the call. Nonetheless, the Cudas get denied of a run here in the 7th inning. And Collins is going to come out and argue. Well, David Decker will be the 2-out hitter. Fine defensive play by Chad Gordon and a good job by Eric Millara at the plate.
Number 12.
The Barracudas were claiming that the tag was missed. So here's David Decker. Decker is grounded to the right side to second. He has reached on an error and he has walked. First and second, 2 out, a run in, a 10-6 lead for the Cudas. A ball and no strikes. Decker, one of the great batting averages in league history a few years back. Pitch. And a ground ball to the right side, and this will retire the side. 7th inning stretch time from the ballpark. 10-6 Cudas. We'll be back on the APN Baseball Network. Bottom half of the 7th inning. Jeff Lowry back with you from the Epicenter. And now time is called by our home plate umpire, as it is now the Cudas 10, the Blue Jays 6. And Coleman is the first batter, and he takes outside for ball 1. So Keston came in relief of starter Seth Shornick and has done a fine job since coming in. Here's a chopper to third, and that might have been a play where Mora had the time to throw him out and may have rushed it a little bit, and well, they're going to rule that as an error.
Number 11, Eder.
Third time up for Eder. That one almost got a piece of him. And we mentioned that the Cudas have issued quite a few free passes in this game, 7 walks altogether and a hit batsman. Courtesy runner over at first base, now in number 20, Eric Anderson, today's starting pitcher for the Blue Jays. A swing and a foul back evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike on Banuelos, with leadoff hitter Gordon on deck. 1-1 offering, and that is just off the inside corner. 2-1. Mike Keston. And now it's even at 2-2. The pitch. Chopper over the pitcher's mound, fielded by the shortstop. He goes to the bag for 1. The throw to first over the head of the first baseman, and Larry corrals it. That will not be an error, but a fielder's choice. So Eder is at first base with 1 out, and leadoff hitter Chad Gordon, who walked in the 5th inning and came around to score. He's 0 for 2 on the night with a couple of strikeouts, and the first pitch to him is high and away, ball 1. Our game time temperature, 90 degrees. The winds have calmed down considerably. It was blowing out to right field while it was still light out here, but it's calmed down, and it's actually turned into a beautiful evening. Actually, the temperature's dipped down below 90. It is now 88 degrees. But another great day, even though a little warm on those the afternoon game here, as this pitch is smashed foul and down the left field line. But all in all, it's turned out to be a great day for the Pacific Coast Baseball League. That one is taken high for a ball. And you really got to give some credit to James Dupre and all the people that help out for this tournament. And I think this league they do a great job running this league, and certainly as this one is grounded just foul wide of first, they do a great job. And if they run the league like they run this championship day here at Rancho, I think a lot of people have got to be happy. So congratulations on another successful championship event here at the Epicenter in Southern California. Ground ball down to third, picked up there by Mora, going to second for 1, and that's all they'll get. A 5-4 fielder's choice. And with a 10-6 lead, obviously getting the lead runner was the priority. Well, here's the second baseman, Evangelista. He's done a great job in the field today. He has popped up to third. He's tripled in a run and scored. He singled in a run back in the 5th inning, and he has scored 2 runs. He bats here in the home half of the 7th inning. It is a 10-6 lead for the 4-time defending champion Barracudas. Good fastball, led her high outside corner. Keston has made quite a few great pitches since coming on. And now the count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Runner goes, no chance for Gary. So a stolen base for Chad Gordon, his 17th of the season. Averages almost a stolen base per game. And now the 2-strike pitch, and it is high and away, and the count is full. Eric Millara is on deck, third place hitter for the Blue Jays. 10-6 lead for the Cudas. We are in the bottom half of the seventh inning. And here's a ground ball on a couple of hops. Fine job by Slimak. He throws on to first, and the side is retired. We're heading to the eighth inning. It's a AAA All-Star game of the Pacific Coast. I'm sorry, it's the AAA Championship game. It's the Pacific Coast Baseball League, 10-6 Barracudas. All right, we go now to the top of the eighth inning. I'm Jeff Lowry. Glad you could join us here on APM Baseball. Javik Casilla will start things off. A ball and no strikes. And he chops one towards the shortstop who fields on the big hop. Boy, this ground is very hard. We've seen a lot of those big, high-hopping ground balls. And now here's Torino, who hits the first pitch into deep left center field. He got all of that one. Goodbye. Torino takes the first pitch and hits a no-doubter over the wall in left center field. And that extends the lead to 11-6. Torino's fifth home run of the year. He drives in his 19th run of the season. And now Brian Decker, who was a little tardy on the pitch and fouls it off. Devin Ellis has moved into the on-deck circle to bat next. David, another 500 season. That is at least his second 500 season in his PCBL career, and it's kind of funny that this guy is the final hitter in the lineup. He's going to strike out here, and there's two down in the inning. That is the second strikeout for relief pitcher Baez. So Devin Ellis, 5 for 28, but scored 6 times, drove in 2, produced a run a game this year. And he's first pitch hacking and sends that one out of play to the right side. 0-1. Big curveball, and the count quickly goes no balls and 2 strikes on Ellis. Right-handed hitter, a versatile player, great player to have coming off the bench. And he loops one to the second baseman who makes the play and retires aside. A solo home run by Yonkis Torino has extended the lead for the Cudas to 11-6. Home half of the eighth inning, and it might be do or die time here for the Blue Jays, who came into this game with a record of 18 wins and just 2 losses. And the third inning of work for Mike Keston. Actually, this is now his 4th inning of work. Eric Millara walked and scored in the first, grounded to short in the third. He singled in a run back in the 5th inning. And is looking to start what they hope is at least a 5-run inning. Here's a smash out into deep left field. The left fielder's got it. He reached up and makes the catch. Well, another fine defensive play, this time by Justin Keeney. A long, deep fly out to left field off the bat of Eric Millara, and now Baeza, who has done a pretty decent job since coming in relief. And he smashes one into left field, a base hit. So Baeza, who had singled in a run, walked it into a double play, is now 2 for 3. Baeza, the .519 hitter, now at first base. And here's Chad Redfern, who has struck out in each of his 3 at-bats here tonight. And he takes inside ball 1. We're in the home half of the 8th inning. The Barracudas searching, driving for that 5th championship, and they lead it 11-6. A reminder that you can watch highlights of today's game. You can go to the PCBL website. As that pitch got away from the catcher and allowing Baeza to move to second into scoring position. Or you can go to apnvideo.com for highlights of this game, and of course they'll be up on YouTube also. And that is high, ball 4. So, a 5-run lead with a lineup like this Blue Jay team has, you can't just sit back and relax. And now David Lopez, who has yet to put the bat on the ball because he has been walked all 3 times he's been up there. He hammers it into right center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Coming around third and scoring is going to be Eddie Baeza, and the Blue Jays are within 4 with 2 on and only 1 out. Lopez has done his job. He has been on base all 4 times here tonight. Came in with an on-base percentage of .466 and now undoubtedly up around the .475 mark. Left fielder Lenny Beckerman. He is walked, hit into a fielder's choice, and bounced into a .463 double play. Beckerman, a .373 hitter. Couple of home runs, 16 RBIs, 3 doubles this year, and shaking up on that last pitch to the plate. We were talking about the Jays and, clinging to a 4-run lead. This is a team that collectively hit .366 during the 2010 season, though on the other side, the Barracudas, certainly one of the most prolific hitting teams in the history of this league, and they hit .383. So an 11-7 lead with a couple of guys on base, still only 1 out. In fact, the tying run could very well be on deck if Beckerman can find a way to get on here. Here's the pitch. Rifled down. Well, that's dangerous. A line shot into the dugout. So a payoff pitch coming up with 2 on. And there it is. And it is high, ball 4. And the bases are loaded, and the tying run is going to come to the plate, and Kevin Surr. Kevin has reached on a fielder's choice, struck out, grounded to short. He is 0 for 3 and a chance to tie this thing up. The first pitch. Strike 1 called. A beautiful pitch, and he's down 0-1. Surr had a couple of home runs. He had 2 home runs and 45 at-bats this year. The 0-1. Inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. So Mike Keston needs a strikeout or a double play ball. And you got Chris Coleman on deck. The 1-1 offering. Breaking ball, and what another outstanding pitch. It's 1-2. But it takes 3 strikes to get the man out. Let's see if Keston can come up with another big pitch here. And he blew it by him with a fastball up and in. There is 2 down in the inning.
Number 25, Chris Coleman.
Second strikeout for Mike Keston. And now Chris Coleman. He's got power as he digs in against the left-hander. The bases are loaded. The Cudas in the field, and they lead it by a score of 11-7. First pitch is in there, but it's out of the strike zone for ball 1. 5 home runs and 61 at-bats this year for Coleman. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. And Gary somehow, some way kept that ball in front of him. A ball and 2 strikes to the big-time power-hitting threat, Chris Coleman, who's already homered against the Cudas this year. Mike Keston looks in for the sign. The long look in with the bases loaded. Cuda's clinging to a 4-run lead, and here's the pitch. And strike 3 called on the outside corner. And Keston, with the bases loaded and only 1 out, strikes out the last 2 that he faces. And at the end of 8, the Barracudas, 3 outs away from their 5th consecutive championship, lead at 11-7.
Number 27, Jared Schwartz.
Jared Schwartz could very well be a candidate for most valuable player in this championship game of the 2010 AAA PCBL. He has singled and scored, doubled and scored, singled and scored, and is lined to second. The catalyst at the top of the lineup. He'll be followed by Mora and Gary. So we're in the top of the 9th inning. The Barracudas with an 11-7 lead and a swing and a miss, and the tag will be applied at the plate, and down he goes, out number 1. That is the 3rd strikeout for the second pitcher used by Brandon Loomis, Eddie Baeza. Well, here's Mora. Tried to check his swing. And they said he went around. Mora had a single and a run scored back in the 2nd inning, his last time up. Overall, 2 for 3 with 3 runs scored. And you talk about the top 3 hitters in this lineup, Schwartz, Mora, and Gary. They have combined to get on base 10 times. Smash off the glove of the 3rd baseman as it trickles out into center field. Here comes Mora to second. Head first, sliding safe. Well, a heads-up play by Mora as he gets the base hit. As the ball went off the glove of the 3rd baseman, he never broke stride and went flying into second base with a double here with 1 out in the top of the 9th inning. So now Adam Gary, who has a pair of 2 RBI singles. He's been hit by a pitch. He's 3 for 3 with 2 runs, 2 RBIs in the first pitch, ball 1. We mentioned that Adam, just tremendous numbers, 14 home runs, 43 runs batted in 19 games. He now has 45 RBIs. He was trying to add 3 more with that swing. His slugging percentage coming in, almost 1,300, and an on-base percentage of .621. Did you notice how quiet it got when I mentioned all those impressive statistics from Adam Gary, the 2010 most valuable player in the league? Jared Schwartz was voted, came in number 2 in the voting, and Chad Gordon, the leadoff hitter for the Blue Jays, came in number 4 in the MVP voting. I think we mentioned earlier Eric Anderson was the Cy Young, and deservedly so. That's strike 3 called, and Adam may have been sitting on a fastball, got the breaking ball, and that is the 4th strikeout of the contest for Baez. 2 down in the inning, and now Justin Keeney. Keeney had a big RBI double his last time up, and he's first pitch hitting, pops it up to the first baseman. And the play is going to be made by Lopez, and the side is retired. A hit, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 9th. 3 outs away are the Cudas from their 5th consecutive PCBL AAA championship. And here he is, the stopper. And one of the hardest throwers in this AAA division of the Pacific Coast Baseball League, Jhonas Torina. He's got a 4-run cushion in which to work with. He bounces the first one up there, ball 1. So Banuelos, a .413 hitter coming in, scored 18 runs, drove in 12 runs, produced 30 runs this year in just 20 games. Also pounded out 10 doubles and a triple. It'll be 10, 1, and 2 here for the Blue Jays, bottom half of the 9th inning. Ground ball up the middle, a seeing eye base hit. So Eder is aboard for the third time in 4 at-bats in this game. His second base hit. He has 2 runs scored. He's got tremendous speed out there. And we go back to the top of the lineup, and the young man who finished 4th in the MVP voting this summer, Chad Gordon. Her ball is in there. And that will add a few feet to what is already an overpowering fastball by Torino. The Gran Torino trying to close it out and give the Barracudas another championship. Fastball inside, 1-1. Runner at first. Blue Jays batting, and that one caught the outside corner, 1-2 on Gordon, who has already struck out twice. He has walked and scored and hit into a fielder's choice. But the Blue Jays need base runners. They trail 11-7, bottom of the 9th inning. The right-hander looks in, catches a sign from Gary. And a little wild that time. It gets off the glove of Gary, and it moving down to second. They're going to rule that a pass ball, though a very tough pitch to handle. So they got a runner in scoring position, and now the 2-ball, 2-strike count on Chad Gordon. Swing and a miss, devastating slider, and down he goes. Torino averages better than 10 strikeouts every 9 innings. And here's Evangelista, the .905 slugger with 7 homers and 24 RBIs. I would imagine the only thing he's worried about is just finding a way to get on base. Slider for ball, and it's 1-0. A 1-0 to the second place hitter for the Blue Jays as the right-hander comes set, and he delivers, and it's inside 2-0. Two and 1. Runner at first, bottom of the 9th inning. Blue Jays need 4 to tie, 5 to win, to dethrone the Barracudas. The 2-1 offering. Breaking ball in there. Might have been another slider. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Millara is on deck for the Jays. Anthony at the plate. He has scored twice. He's batted 4 times. He is 1 for 4. And that one did not miss by much. 3-2. He's actually 2 for 4. He had a triple, an RBI in the 3rd, and an RBI single in the 5th. He scored in both those innings. The pitch. And that one is high, ball 4. First and second with 1 out. The Blue Jays have not given up yet, and here's Eric Millara. Infield playing a double play depth. The first pitch. Slider catches the outside corner, 0-1. So Eric walked and scored in the first, grounded to short in the 3rd, singled in a run in the 5th, and flied to left. He drives one to deep center field here. It is a long ways and a nice running catch for out number 2. So it all comes down to this. Eddie Baeza going up against Torino. 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 9th inning. And Eddie takes a first pitch fastball for a strike. Eddie has been very busy. He's done a good job on the mound in relief. He has singled twice. He has scored a run. He's driven in a run. And he's going to drive in another run here. A base hit in the right field, scoring. And moving on to 3rd is the runner. And it is now 11-8. With 2 on, the tying run comes to the plate in Chad Redfield, who has struck out 3 times and has walked. First pitch, high, ball 1. So Torino and the Barracudas 1 out away from capturing a big-time championship. The pitch. And it's in there for a called strike. It evens the count on the Blue Jays center fielder at a ball and a strike. Torino calm, cool, and collected, and This one getting away from Gary, but not far enough for the runners to advance. 2nd and 3rd. Redfern represents the tying run for the Blue Jays. They trail 11-8, bottom of the 9th inning. The 2-1 pitch. Outside, 3-1. You certainly don't want Lopez coming up there, has been on base each of his 4 plate appearances here, and bring the winning run to the plate. A swing and a miss, and it's coming down to 1 pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. With 2 on, down 3 runs, the Blue Jays' last hope is center fielder Chad Redfern. Torino sights a sign. He kicks and deals. And strike 3 called, and it's all over from the epicenter. It is 5 championships in a row for the Barracudas. Final score from the epicenter in Rancho, 11-8 Barracudas. It's a drive for 5, and they celebrate at the pitcher's mound.
PCBL AAA Championship.
11-8 is our final score, as Mike Keston is the winning pitcher. The loser goes to starter Eric Anderson, his first loss of the 2010 season. This has been a presentation of APN Sports. And so for James Dupre and our entire PCBL crew, Jeff Lowry from the epicenter saying so long, everybody, and thanks for being with us.